But as the stream title suggests, we are going back to some Hardened Scales. This is a list that I found from Twitter user MTG Vinci, so DaVinci MTG in chat, and they posted this list. Now, I will say, they did not post their record with this deck list, so unclear if they actually won any matches whatsoever. But it looked pretty interesting. I kind of wanted to try. I haven't experimented, no pun intended, a bunch with Botanical Brawler yet in the Scales deck. And this card is particularly powerful, especially if you curve like Experiment 1 or Pelt Collector into it. Brawler, which triggers either of these, which then triggers the Brawler, and you can kind of go off from there. This is like a pretty interesting addition to Venerated Loxodon because, if you think about it, if you consider Stonecoil as a 1-drop, you have 12 1-drops for Loxodon, which is a decent amount of 1-drops to pair with this card. So I'm pretty interested to see how that plays out. And then, the usual stuff. We have our, 10 copies of Scales with Mentor, Hardened Scales to Ozolith, Luminarch Aspirant, Dromoka's Command for removal. So, yeah, this is probably copium, but I definitely got to give it. Okay, starting off the day with a not keepable hand. All right, no white mana. I think I'm still actually going to keep this, though, and just put back the Loxodon. No, I'm going to put back the Mentor. I cannot afford to go to 5. I know this hand's bad, but I'm not going to go to 5. What's up, Kyle? Oh, did you build it in paper? Yeah, deck's sweet. Needs a little bit of help against the unfair decks, though. Looks like Greasefang. That's not good. Yeah, so we'll have to see if there's any particular issues with the bitrate today. Because if that's the case, then they're certainly throttling the I don't know if it's like they throttle the data or the speeds or something, but yeah, I know. I just like shuffling decks, I'll do that a lot. When I'm just kind of sitting here doing nothing, I have like whatever deck that I'm playing for the day, and I just like shuffling cards. The Convoke deck is good. I'm a big fan of it. Yeah, better than last night. I spent like a good hour on the phone with the ISP this morning. And again, they assured me that the issue was they had a tower outage last night. Not sure if I believe them or not, but that's what they told me. It kind of blew my mind when I heard that, because somebody in chat was like, yeah, the ISPs can like, throttle your data or put a cap on your data, and I was like, how can that is the most unethical thing I've ever heard in my life. Can they really do that? Is that like a thing that happens? All right, Boat in the Graveyard and Courtyard. Definitely dead to Greasefang. How do they get away with that? Like, is there something in the contract? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I guess if it's written in the contract, then I guess that's on me, but... Got it, okay. Maybe I should do a little bit of investigating onto the contract. I mean, thankfully it didn't happen until we were about 6 hours into the stream last night, so we got through most of the stream without any issues, but I wonder if that's the thing. It's like after a certain period of time. Well, that wouldn't make any sense, though, because we did, when March of Machines came out, we did 2 12-hour back-to-back streams, and everything was fine, So it's like, it's really weird. Swift End? That's one I haven't seen before in Greasefang. That is certainly one of the cards. Oh, it's like a monthly... Okay, I see what you're saying. I gotcha. Monthly data usage. Well, if that was the case, wouldn't they have done the same... Like, wouldn't it still be bad today? Because if it was a monthly data usage kind of thing, wouldn't that go throughout the rest of the month? Yeah, they're on to me. The IRS is coming for me. Yeah, just some chill music today. For a little bit, at least. Unless today happens to be the rollover date. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. And that's the weird part, is like, if that was the case, then I feel like it would have, you know what I mean? It would have still been shit today. Does Brawler count itself? Another permanent, damn it. Usually the language is throttled during peak times if you use more than average data. Okay, which I definitely do, given the fact that I'm live streaming at 1080p, 60 FPS. It could be, yeah. It's just very odd that, I've been using this ISP for about 4 months now, and this is the first time that anything like that has ever happened. And it wasn't just an issue with me streaming, because I turned off the stream. Like when I turned off the stream, I went to go do other stuff, and everything was slow. I did a speed test, and my upload, I think I was like 12 up and 6 down or something. So they just completely like trashed the internet speed. But it wasn't just because I was streaming. Yeah, it is possible that it was an outage. You know, that's what they say. And like I said, I don't want to believe them. Well, I mean, I want to believe that they're not lying, but at the end of the day, it's like, no. So I had Spectrum before, and I had a bunch of issues with Spectrum. Now I know this is going to sound crazy, but I live in an extremely small area, and the options are very limited. So I have currently T-Mobile internet, 5G internet. I wanted to try it out just to see if it was any better than Spectrum. Again, not great, but our options are very limited, so I wanted to try it out. But we may have to go back to Spectrum. I know, Spectrum is terrible, so you know that I have to be extremely desperate if I'm considering going back to Spectrum. You know what I mean? I guess we're just racing, right? Yeah, we racing. We're racing, boys. You're on one of those? Which are like one of the phone internet providers or whatever, Ashiak? Can't decide which I should build first. Borg, Margos, and Fibblethip, Food Chain, or Modern Yargle Fling combos. Try the Modern Yargle deck, JS. Oh, the Spectrum. Is it time? Is it time for what? Time for the Copium? It's always time for Copium. You and me both, Sheen. You and me both, Shiny. You and me both. I'm strongly considering just moving because I cannot get fiber in this current area. I kind of want to move anyways, so I would also do unspeakable things for fiber. I currently do live by myself, yeah. Red Peach Tea. Thank you for the 4 months, buddy. Batting indeed. Thank you for the support. What did I change? I cut the Swarm Shamblers for Dromoka's commands, and I cut a Lair for the 4th pathway. We are dead. It really does, Evan, yeah. Internet sucks. There's very few places and very few providers that actually offer good internet service. Like, let me ask you this. For people who have, I don't know if anybody in chat has Fios. For anybody in chat that has Verizon Fios, is it as good as advertised? Oh yeah, I cut the Ranger classes for a 3rd command and a command in the sideboard and a 3rd Shaper Sanctuary. I know, right, B-Bomb? My internet's bad enough. Imagine if I had to share this shit. What's up, T-Spain? Have I ever built scales without scales in Ozolith? Why would I do that? AT&T fiber. I'll have to check and see. I don't remember ever checking to see if AT&T was offered in my area. What is the scales without scales deck? I don't really get it. There you go, T-Span. Do we want Dromoka's command against Greasefang? Probably. I don't think I have time for these Loxodons. I think I want to just keep my curve low. I think that makes sense to me. Yeah, let's try that. Against like Control and the decks that have sweepers, Bluey, be my assumption. Because you really just want to take their sweeper with it. Those hand's cracked. Boats and Bros. Are you playing the Dinos or no T-Span? Yeah, Fios is great. I've heard really good things about Fios. Now I kind of want to check and see if AT&T is offered in my area. Because I don't remember ever checking to see if that was one of the providers that was in my area. Let's see, AT&T. Because I know Fios, yeah, check availability. Let's see. Check your address. Check availability. I'm going to assume that it's not available. My address. AT&T Internet is not available at my address. 07s. 07s. Feels bad, man. Just bought 3 duels. Why'd you buy 3 duels? Oh, this line's really bad if they have command, because they can blow up both. Maybe I'm supposed to play Luminarch Aspirant there. We are losing... Our whole career is over if they cast Wither Bloom command this turn. Isn't Scale Serpent better? Maybe? Well, now I could just go Scale Serpent, right? Yeah, you might be right. I wanted to go Scales Aspirant this turn, but now I guess I just go Scale Serpent, or Scale Serpent. And now it doesn't matter if they draw command. Idea for Yargle combos. I think you're playing on Monday. Version is more epic of 10 mana. Have you tried the deck that we played, JS? That Goryo's Vengeance deck? It was really sweet. I saw Cherry X-Man went, I think he was on like a 14-0 streak or something. He 502 leagues and forward a prelim with that exact list. Because that's where I got the list from, was Cherry. I think I'm going to play some Mana Traders matches with that. Yeah, that deck is kind of busted. I'm 13-2 with it over 3 leagues. Deck is actually just cracked. Path of Peril. Alright, well. Regenerate. No, I mean, you might be right, Sneaky. Like, maybe at the end of the day, the Hardened Scales part of this deck is the bad part. Like, I'm willing to believe that you're right. It feels weird to say that, but it's like, it's not unreasonable to think that. Think of this as like A plus B. It's a combo deck where you have A plus B, but you have, 10 copies of A and 12 copies of B, right? You know what I mean? Is that a good way to think of it? Yeah, the list. Actually, no. Hold on. Let me put it on Stream Decker for you, Red Peach. I have it as a text file, but I haven't put it on Stream Decker yet. Doing it right now. Call it V2.5. They scoop? Let's go. Early stream. Yeah, Fridays are early streams because I usually only go till about 4:30 or 5 my time, because then I go to FNM on Fridays. I gotta make sure, with I don't get out of the house very often, okay? So I gotta at least get out of the house once a week. To be fair, I'm going to RCQ on Sunday, so I'll be out of the house there too, but I don't really leave my house during the week. I do my grocery shopping on Sundays, which is I take one day off. I basically do everything on Sunday, where I do grocery shopping, meal prep, and then Monday through Thursday, I'm just chilling. It really is, yeah. What am I sleeving for the RCQ? Well, I already have it sleeved. We're playing some Boros Convoke with the best ornithopters known to mankind. Playset of those bad boys. So, chance to play with the new knight. Which new knight? I mean, this hand is, like, reasonable, but against Greasefang, is it good enough? I don't know. I'll keep it. I don't want to just mold a rest in peace and get Thoughtseized. No, but Salty Saint Nick was playing with that. Did anybody see? There was a mono-black aggro deck. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if anybody saw this. There was a mono-black aggro deck that was in the 5-0 League Dump that had that card. What's that card called again? I forgot. Shit. What's the name of that card? 2 mana, 2/2 menace. Hit trigger, get a counter. Yeah, Ayara's Oathsworn. I wanted to look up the list. Let's see if we can find it. Ayara's Oathsworn. We'll go Pioneer. Yeah, here it is. Check this list that 5-0'd. Was like just OG mono black aggro, but it was playing Ayara's Oathsworn. Not really any specific synergies with counters, but like just 2 mana 2/2 hard to block that gets bigger. Doesn't seem that bad, right? It's kind of a cool card in a deck like this. But I don't know if this archetype is like playable at all, Okay, well, we're dead. That was fun. Which one do we lead with? Probably Mentor. I can go Mentor into Brawler Serpent. Well, I don't know. Don't Greasefang me, bro. Gruul Scales with Thrillseeker. I know Claudio tried something like that out, and he was not very happy with it. Haven't, but I'm not usually a fan of playing Asmo style decks where you're grinding to get the combo. Think of Asmo as like Plan Z in that deck, JS. It's not really an Asmo deck. It's way more a combo deck first and foremost, and Asmo is just an afterthought. You could honestly even cut the Asmos if you wanted to, if you just didn't want that Plan B. Like, it wouldn't even be that unreasonable to cut the Asmos. Benefits of playing mono black over mono white. Thoughtseize and Fatal Push. Mono white's interaction sucks, and Thoughtseize and Fatal Push are busted. We go Brawler first, right? Yeah, Brawler into Serpent. Phyrexian Coco. Did you see the deck that Claudio posted a while back, which was like the Phyrexian... okay, that's fine. It was like Phyrexian Pyre of Heroes. I don't know if anybody saw that. Yeah, it should be on Stream Decker JS. I forgot what it was called, but I know it's on Stream Decker. Gobakhan is terrible. Yeah, that's a good point. Gobakhan is significantly worse than Thoughtseize. Maybe I should have waited on the Serpent. I can still go Mentor Aspirant and make this huge next turn. It will simply just not find Greasefang. Also, how are they 9 minutes behind? What's going on here? I'm like too busy talking to chat, not even realizing what's happening. Alright, they didn't find Greasefang. Yeah, Thoughtseize is busted. Nazis is busted. How do we like the vibes, chat? Good vibes today? You're dying. What are you dying about? What is this? Has science gone too far? It's a pretty good tweet. I like that tweet. Good tweet. Edge. Okay, didn't find Greasefang. We'd love to see that. Let's go Conclave Mentor. Luminarch Aspirant. No list today. When's the next big event? It's coming up soon, right? End of the month. Yeah, that's fair. They're not going to give it. They're not going to get a list out by then, right? I would assume at this point, no. Oh, they probably don't even know at this point, right? Okay. I will choose not to attack. I'm not going to trade Brawler for Fiend's Informant. Some of your SAG shit came in the mail. Nice. Probably have Chariot, right? Kind of surprised they didn't push the Aspirant, actually. Very surprised. Shouldn't they have pushed the Aspirant? Like, this is just going to get out of hand at this point. Because the Brawlers check each other, right? I think they do. This turn's about to go breezy. Oh, baby. Is that a good draw step? Taylor Swift weekend. Where's Taylor Swift? Where is Taylor Swift playing? All right, how much can I annihilate them in combat? Oh, they're playing at Gillette. Because when I go to... I'm trying to think. When I go to FNM tonight, I usually go Pike to 495. So you're saying that I should avoid 495? Go near 495? All right, noted. Noted. I guess we just go counter here. Trigger those. And I guess we're just attacking with Brawler, right? If I attack with Mentor, what happens? They go crew double block. Then I go counter here, fight the Informant. I guess I could just go counter here, fight here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Right. Counter here, and then this fights this. Is this lethal? 7, 11, 13. No, you can go. We are playing Scales again. You know the drill, Fantella. I see a Scales deck on Twitter, fire it up in a league, lose about 300 play points, and then right-click delete the deck after the stream. It's a cycle, you know? It's just a never-ending cycle of me getting... It's just despair. Pure despair. We won a match, somehow. Funny. This hand's good, right? Scales into Brawler to Stonecoil. This hand plays. Rent a Smuggler's Copter. I mean, nobody's playing them, so... It's probably a fresh one going around. That's actually a pretty decent draw. We can go super brazy next turn. Can go Stonecoil, which puts 2 counters here. Stonecoil 2. I can make a 7/7. It's for hooking up new internet. Oh yeah. I guess I just play. I do play both Serpents, I think, and I don't think I cast the Dromoka's command. It's a once per turn. No, it's not. it's no. We don't have those on Magic cards. There ain't no once per turns on Magic cards. This thing triggers as many times as you can trigger it. Busted. Alright, attack you for 7. You figure it out. I mean, this is powerful. It's powerful when our opponent doesn't interact with us. Oh, you know what? You know what I just love so much? I love it. This is the thing that I love the most about playing Hardened Scales. I just cannot get enough of this. Every single time it comes up, it is just, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. You see, the problem with this deck is that it's just way too good. That's the biggest issue with this deck. It's just way too good. Yeah, I can't even pump my Brawler this turn. This is embarrassing. This is actually embarrassing that I can't pump my Brawler. Stonecoil sucks? I don't think it's Stonecoil that sucks. I think it's this card that sucks. I mean, I guess I'll just attack. I mean, I still think I'm, like, massively ahead, but it is still a little frustrating. 7, 10, 12. Okay, so you're just dead. Just the old no blocks. I mean, they were probably dead anyways, but... Cool. Alright. Complain, complain, complain. Very easily win anyways. That's how we do on this stream. Well, Dromoka's command was so good that game, I guess I'll bring in a third one. I don't think I want any of these cards against elves. Just, like, shape one of these. Better to play untapped land and put the counters on 1/1 Lair. Oh, I could have done that. That's a good point, yeah. I didn't think about that. I could animate the Lair, counter on Lair, and then have something fight. Like, counter on Lair, fight with that. Yeah, that would have been better. That would have been better. Also, this hand, by the way, just, like, a bunch of evolved creatures and a 1/1. Just, like, excellent deck building. Loxodon feels a little slow. Yeah, I'm not really the biggest fan of Loxodon. I mean, you effectively have 12 1-drops because you have Stonecoil, but this hand is so bad. The Brawler makes it a lot better. Oh. Ho, 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 ho. So I can go double Experiment 1. Next turn, Brawler Loxodon. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 5. Yeah, I can do that. All right, let's do that. Your turn. You do it next turn? Yeah, next turn's gonna go crazy. -1 life? How is it -1 life? I need double white. Oh, I guess I don't need double white next turn. No, that's rude. Why would you do that? That's fucking rude. Now I can't do my thing. Man. We won our first round against Greasefang. So I'm only allowed to play one spell this turn. Which I guess is just Brawler, right? Yeah, only being able to play one spell kind of sucks. Just play Loxodon to make 3/3s. But then isn't the Brawler so much worse next turn? No, it's pretty easy. I think Brawler this turn is better because it makes the Loxodon next turn so much better. I can't attack this turn, regardless of what I do, right? We're not under pressure. Well, they missed a land drop, so they have all spells in hand, which kind of scares me. Like, their hand's just all gas. They probably have Coco. Well, no, they might have Coco'd last turn. Okay. So I guess now we can double spell, right? White here, Aspirant. And I think I can attack with the Brawler too, right? So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yeah, this way we can send the Brawler. Rude! Rude, rude, rude. Extremely rude. I guess I'll put a counter here, because then this thing can attack next turn. Man, that Brawler would have been how big? I could have put a counter here. The Brawler would have been a, what, 7/7, I think? Yeah, I think the Brawler would have been a 7/7. Second Lord makes my attacks a little bit awkward. Okay, let's go this. Can I put both counters in the Aspirant? Does that make sense? It's like, what do they want to block with? They only really want to block with these two, right? Counters on regen guy. Just like, what, counter here, attack for 10? Well, no, at that point I would just go, I kind of want to go counter here, and shove. I don't really care if they trade. Like, they can double block Aspirant, but then they're still taking 12. They don't really want to block with anything else, right? Yeah, I think I'm okay with them double blocking the Aspirant. I'm going to do it this way. I need to get the Aspirant to at least a 4/4 so I can get past there. I can get past this. But I don't mind if they double block Aspirant, and they don't really want to block with any of the Lords or the War Master. Oh, right. I could have played it pre-combat. Yeah, you're right. That was a mistake. Yep, should have played the Pelt pre-combat. I forgot that it triggers off dies. What is this? Pylon. Yeah, I got max punish for it. The classic Pylon. This card's good. I feel like this card should be seeing more play in Pioneer. Although most of the black decks are not creature based, so they don't have a lot of stuff to convoke it with. This is pretty much the only deck that can reliably cast it. But that card's good. Like, kill anything, surveil. It's a good rate. I feel like we are in trouble. Whoa! Why do they have Pelucranos in their deck? The hell? Pelucranos, huh? That's not an elf. That is not an elf. Okay, combat. Yeah, nice elf, by the way. There's no point attacking with the 4/4. Just gonna take it. All right. Mega dead. I mean, maybe. Probably, but... Who's passing? Okay. Can attack with 2 5/5s here. That's not bad. Wait, can they pump? 1, 2, 3... No, they only have 4 mana. They can cast Coco, obviously, but... For Ballista? Yeah. Well, the problem with Walking Ballista is Mono Green is a deck that exists in the format. Claudio tried something with Thrillseeker and Scales. You know what's cool about Thrillseeker is you get to play my favorite card ever, Thundering Raiju. And that card is incredibly based. We need some Magmatic Chasms in this deck, so our opponent cannot block with their creatures. Can I pack this one in? I feel like I could probably pack this one in, right? Yeah, let's go to game 3. Tried Storm the Festival, Obnix, Albion yesterday. How'd that go? It sounds like fun, but it also sounds like it probably didn't go that well. I mean, I'm here for it, but sure, I guess. Wish I had something that was greater than a 1/1, but yeah, the color requirements. It seems a little sus. It does seem a little sus. I'm glad that Tomber is here to witness the weekly copium. Hey, I won 1 match, alright, so it's better than I've done on some of the other days. Ooh. That is an exceptional draw step. Not sure how to play this hand, though. I could go Mentor here, make a 3/3 attack. Or I could go Experiment 1 Ozolith. No, that's worse. I need to play a 2-drop here. Yeah, let's just play Mentor. This Experiment one's going to get a little worse, but I think that's okay. Scales Thrillseeker. If you give me a good list... Ooh. Wait, that doesn't do anything, right? Because it only enters as a 3/3. Just fight their Visionary, maybe? Hey, you could Boasted Seeker. I'm going to do it this way. Counter, fight... Just going to do it here. Attack for 7. Wish I had a land here. I guess counters in the Mentor is slightly worse if they have push, because I don't want them to kill this, but... That's fine. That is okay with me. Let's go land here. Now we can go, what, Experiment 1. I guess playing the Ozolith could play around them having a second Fatal Push. So I could go Ozolith Aspirant, counter here, attack for 5, and then if they have Fatal Push, I could load up on the Aspirant next turn. Yeah, they're never blocking their red arrow. I mean, maybe, but I think I actually like this better. All their removal allows regeneration. Well, I was thinking about leading on Pelt Collector, because, like, it means they can't chump block. You know what I mean? Later down the road. Because then because the Pelt Collector gets trample. Alright, Seeker sent the deck. Green, red, Scales. What do we... Yeah, this person always plays Mono Black Waste Not. Which I imagine is probably not a great matchup. Sounds good. Oh yeah, Domri's Ambush, that's what it is. It's a sorcery though, right? Maybe that's fine. Yeah, RG sorcery, put a counter on something, then that creature bites. That one's probably better than Inscription. I think I like Ambush better. My ISP sent me a text message. How likely are you to recommend our service to your friends and family? Please reply on a 0 to 10 scale. Is there anything less than 0 that I can reply with? Scales is basically Pendulum. Pendulum! Send them a poop emoji, yeah. Warlock class. Fatal Push. That is certainly one of the draws. That is certainly one of the draws. I was watching Josh react, ending to something, mentioning he just wanted to collab with other CG content creators. That'd be kind of fun. Another really good draw. Go here. I'll just send both. I don't mind if they trade for the 3/3. Better they trade for the 3/3. Why are they blocking the Experiment one? Did they not read? Chat, they didn't read. They lack the critical information. Sneaky regen. I mean, they also missed their land drop, right? Alright, what do we want against Mono Black Waste Knot? I assume this card's good. This one is probably not great. They don't really have a lot of creatures. How about I'm invading over here? Would I rather have I'm invading over here than Venerated Loxodon? I mean, I'm going to shave at least one. The problem with Loxodon is they can kill a lot of your early creatures. Like, they can 1-for-1 your 1-drops, and it's really hard to cast this thing. Read Dromoka's command. Oh, to kill Waste Knot? Is that worth it? I don't know if I want 3 copies. What if I did this? Played, like, 2 command, 1 invasion. Yeah. No, they're playing Waste Knot, I think. I'm very, very certain they're playing Waste Knot. But I don't want to draw... I don't think I ever want to draw 2 Dromoka's commands, you know? Bet you all my channel points. Well, this person has several 5-0s with Waste Knot, so... I don't know if they're playing a different deck, but... I want to keep this, but I don't think I should. Okay, this is a based hand. Back the... I guess the Boseiju. I think to play around Fatal Push, I'm just going to lean on Hardened Scales. Yeah, they obviously have Fatal Push. What's up, Spider? Invigorating Hot Spring. That sounds kind of sick. Just go double Experiment 1 and then go ham next turn. No, that's kind of awkward. I want to play a 2-drop here so I can double spell next turn. Because if I play both of my 1-drops and draw a land, I can't double spell next turn. I know this is worse against Fatal Push, but it's a lot of Aetherborns. Okay, you might be right. Maybe they are Devotion. Because I don't think the Waste Knot deck would usually play this card. That's a good point. I think we're gonna get bodied this game. Yeah, that's a good point. The Aetherborns are kind of a giveaway too. Invigorating Hot Spring. Do you remember when we tried that card before? Holy shit! All right, let's go to game 3. Bring in the spheres. No, I'm not gonna bring in Damping Sphere. Like, Damping Sphere just does nothing if they don't draw Nykthos. Okay, confirm not, waste not. Definitely don't want this card. Maybe I just want more Gabagools. At least a second copy. Take the stupid Obliterator. Let's do, like, a cheeky Loxodon. Yeah, what if we just Dromoka's command and fight their Obliterator? Surely that'll work. Surely that's a good idea. Alright, this hand's incredible. Play Rhythm of the Wild. The Hot Springs is really cool. I remember when we played a red-green Scales deck a long time ago, and we played like Hot Springs. We played the Thundering Raiju as well. That deck was super sick. Hot Springs kind of nice. I thought about leading with Scales because of this, but it's worse if they have push. Yeah, we gotta do this. Deck. 4 Baloth and 4 Loxodon Smiter into the Lotus sideboard. Against what, though? Liliana? The issue with that Big Swan is, like, if they have targeted discard, they're just never going to take those cards, right? Okay, that's not bad. So we can go... I guess just Experiment 1 Mentor. We can make a big... Yeah, we can make a big Serpent next turn. Big Serpent will pump both of these. Right, yeah, it's not like that card will just win you the game on the spot. They have Fatal Push. They may have Fatal Push, but, I mean, I can't really play around it. Okay, I like this. I think I am going to offer the trade for Pelt Collector. Kind of have to. Oh, they just don't even take the trade. Wow. Very surprising. So they're going to name Odd. They certainly can't name Even, so... Okay. Give no shit, yeah. That is likely game. If I attack with both, they're definitely gonna block the Stonecoil, right? Doesn't matter. I can kill either one, so. All right, go to 1. Go. Okay. We have cast what's this, top 3, right? This is just Anticipate. Anticipate resolves. So they have to find 2 removal spells. Aetherborn's not enough, right? Yeah, block here, go to 3, take 4. Or block here, go to 3, still take 3. So yeah. Oh, Aetherborn's not enough. I guess that's enough to stay alive. But they have no cards in hand. Are you ready for a Jegantha to pump Pelt Collector? My body is ready for that. How much is this 3rd chapter? 7? Okay. A land that lets you put discarded stuff on top? It's like not the worst, but probably not good enough. It's not bad. Put them to 2. Alright, please draw another extinction event, because then they're dead. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we 3-0 with Scales, by the way? This never happens. Every single time I ever play Scales, I'm just like, O2 drop, delete the deck, but... Tonber says if I 5-0 here, you'll get 5 subs. Let's go. This hand's kind of land heavy, but we are a Jegantha deck. I'm going to keep this. If we draw spells, this hand's great. Yeah, we've dodged combo decks so far. Ooh. Rakdos Sack is probably not a great matchup. Well, shit. Yeah, you're thinking of Nephalia Academy. I don't think I like that card. The thing about Nephalia Academy is it's only good against a very specific subset of sideboard cards, but it doesn't beat the, Damping Sphere, Pithing Needle on Thespian Stage. It doesn't beat that kind of stuff. That's the issue. Okay. Don't know if that's a good draw. Probably not. How do you beat creature removal.deck? Well, this matchup is even worse than traditional Rakdos midrange because they have, claim and shit. Yeah. This matchup seems literally unwinnable. As opposed to Rakdos midrange, which is just kind of unwinnable, Concede match. No, they'll just mold the 5 in the next 2 games. It'll be fine. I mean, honestly, you know what card, if you really wanted to beat this matchup, honestly, the best card is probably Redain. This deck has a really hard time beating the backside of Redain. I think I'm going to play Brawler, I guess. Not even sure. Yep. Wait, how does this work? Okay, let me read this. Whenever creature you control leaves the battlefield. Okay, so if they steal it and sack it, I don't get the counters in the Ozolith, right? Yasharn. Well, the issue with Yasharn is, they can still Fatal Push Yasharn, right? Like, if you play Yasharn and they have a treasure up, they just go, respond to Yasharn, sack treasure, let it resolve, then push. So it's kind of awkward. Whereas they don't really have a good answer to the backside of Redain. Yeah. No, I'm saying in response to Yasharn, they sack treasure, let it resolve, and then Fatal Push Yasharn. Or they sack anything, right? Blood, treasure, food, cat, who cares? But yeah, I think if you really want to beat Rakdos Valkyrie is probably the card. That card's good. Rakdos has a really hard time beating that card. Can confirm, as after playing a lot of Rakdos against that card. That one's not the easiest to beat. Surge of Salvation. The problem with Surge of Salvation, it only gets you out for 1 turn, right? So it's basically just a counterspell. And they have so many cards that are good against you. I don't think a 1-for-1 is a good way to approach the matchup. You need a Haymaker. And I think Valkyrie is that Haymaker. Yeah, the front side of Redain is good too. Especially against the Fires of Invention decks. It just, against Lotus Field, it fucks their math up a little bit. It's decent-ish against green, because it helps against Storm the Festival and Karn. So, not a bad card. Good card overall. They're tanking on this Fable discard. Confused what bits are. It's just like a Twitch currency. They discarded 2 Claim the Firstborns. We are extremely dead. Good God. This game is over. No, that does not bode well. Well, you see, I don't really have a lot of good options. Well, you see. 6/6? I guess I'll trade this for their whole board. How'd the mono white deck go the other night? We ended up going 3-2, but like towards the end of the league, we had some very big stream issues, and I was like very flustered and likely played like shit the last couple of matches. But the deck felt pretty good. I was actually very impressed with the Thalia's Lancers for Emrakul. That was a really cool line, and just Thalia's Lancers in general, being able to get Nykthos and Eiganjo came up a couple of times, and that was cool. Yeah, I was on the phone with the ISP for about an hour this morning, and they assured me that the issues last night were only related to a tower outage, which I'm not sure that I necessarily believe them or not, but... Well, if you're a Nykthos deck, then, you know, you can... I think you can play the Lancers. You have to be playing Nykthos for sure, though. Okay, tank, kill your whole board. You win. This card's good against Rakdos Sack, too. What is a tower outage? Yeah, I don't even know. No, I'm on the 5G stuff, so it does kind of make a little bit more sense. Like it is entirely a possibility that it was the case. I'm actually not that big of a fan of Rest in Peace against Rakdos Sack. I think I'm gonna cut the Loxodons again. The problem with Rest in Peace is it's only good against exactly Cauldron Familiar, and it's just like, there's a lot of games where you draw Rest in Peace and they don't draw Cauldron Familiar, and you've essentially mulliganed, and I don't like that. Not a big fan. This hand has, like, everything except a creature. Do we keep hands like this? I don't think so. If we don't have the channel points, do you take bribes or donations for deck techs? Yeah, we do deck techs for $10 or 2 gifteds. Lair of the Hydra is a creature. I mean, kind of. All right. No, I really don't want to keep this. What if they just have a Fatal Push? This hand can, like, we draw a creature and they draw a Fatal Push and then we lose. I'm gonna ship this. I don't think it's a keep. Yeah, this is definitely worse, but I am on 6, so I will keep this one. I don't know if this is... No, this is probably worse than the 7, I think. It's close, but I think they're both bad. If one of those was Shapers. That's a good point, yeah. If we had Shapers, it'd be a lot better. If we had, like, Shapers over the second Dromoka's command or something, then that hand would be a snap keep. Because opening hand Shapers is what you're looking for. That's, like, your best possible against them. I think I'm going to play Luminarch Aspirant here. No, that's wrong. I'm going to play Ozolith. Yeah, this is better. Welcome to the family. Azinta with 2 gifted subs. If you got gifted a sub from Azinta, be sure to thank them in the chat, and that is for a deck tech. Thank you very much, buddy. Thank you for the support. Much love, much love. Drop a link to the deck tech. There you go. Perfect. This match is Jover, so we can kind of just do the deck tech now. We are extremely dead. Blue-white pause. Second Fatal Push. Yeah, alright, I'm not going to waste anybody's time. Okay, deck tech arena. What do we get? Oh god, please don't be playing Rakdos Sack. I'm going to keep this, but not Rakdos Sack. This looks like the 4-color Omnath deck. Is that a good or a bad matchup? Probably not great. Fire's a bad choice. Fire is very good against Rakdos, but you kind of have to dodge mono green. It also kind of sucks that their main removal spell is Binding, so I can't even, like, protect the Experiment one. They might have a Blood Crypt. Yeah, that's true. They are a 5-color deck, so they definitely could have a Blood Crypt. I wouldn't necessarily classify this as a Blood Crypt deck, though, you know. Might be Nissa Omnath shenanigans. Could be. I mean, I think the Bring to Light deck is more common, but... Locked in a creativity variant, 2-worm Bitter Union. The problem with 2-worm Bitter Union Seeker is it makes your creativity a 6-mana play. I'm not a big fan of the double worm setups. If you're going to play worm, you might as well just play the combo. But I think that the second worm is quite a bit worse than the Xenagos. But I do think that Atraxa and Gearhulk are likely both better versions. Okay, that's fine. This is beatable. Kind of. Interesting. So, I could go Stonecoil for 1 and play Loxodon. Was that a good line? What's my alternative? The other alternative is like Mentor Stonecoil for 1, but then I can't pump the Experiment one. It'd be nice to have a second Scales in play before playing the Loxodon, but I don't think I have that luxury. Yeah, Stonecoil for 3 is not bad because it makes this a 5/5, but like so does this, right? I'm just not getting in damage this turn, but I think I like this line better. I guess doing it this way makes my follow-up worse. So I gotta make sure to trigger the stack correctly. I want to resolve this first, right? Yeah. I mean, this is a good setup. It's a lot of power. We got murdered by Rakdos, which, to be fair, that has to be your worst possible matchup. What did I change? This is the same league. Oh, why did this get reset? I just realized that. Chat, why did this get reset? This is the same league, Da Vinci. We're 3-1. I don't know why that got reset though. That was weird. MTG bot is weird, man. Yeah, Rakdos is a rough matchup. Almost. Whoa, they discarded the Glyph Weaver? Wait, that's really good for us. Yeah, maybe the network tower went down again. My ISP has hacked my computer. I mean, this is basically a Scales, right? Like, come on. So they event, but I have 2 odds, 2 evens, so we have like a fine setup against event. I mean, they odd because they have 2 evens, but they might run 2 glyphs. Nah. This is like not the worst setup. I think I might just go Ozolith plus counter here. Attack for 1,000,000. Oh, I agree. Mentor is better for sure, but Scales is better for like curve considerations. They did not target Stonecoil. That is very surprising. Yeah, I think we're just going to go Ozolith plus counter here. I'm very surprised they didn't kill the Stonecoil there. Maybe they just have another removal spell in their hand. What's up, DBZ? Well, the thing about Hangerback is it makes you lose Jegantha. And I also think that Hangerback is only good if you have, like... The reason Hangerback is so busted in the modern version is because you have Arcbound Ravager and Zabaz. You have, like, consistent ways to either sacrifice or blow it up. But in Pioneer, you don't have those cards. So, alright, it's Jover. Yeah, it's Jover. Alright, fine, DBZ. You got me. I know where that's going, but... You got me. Classic Twitch chat just spamming D's nuts joke. Twitch chat trying to find a new joke, challenge level impossible. You didn't even spell it right. What the hell do we do against this matchup? Guess Dromoka's command's not that bad against their enchantment removal. I think same thing, I'm gonna cut these. Bring in... I don't think Shaper Sanctuary is that good. I think I'm just gonna try this. Go Balkan. Go Balkan. Splashing Thrillseeker. Somebody in chat had... Oh, I can find the deck list now. Let me see if I can find it. History... Somebody in chat had posted this earlier, which I thought was kind of cool. This, like, green-red Scales deck. So the idea here is, like, you're basically all in on the Thrillseeker stuff. So, Thrillseeker... I don't know about Simian Simulacrum, but then you can play Servant and Hangerback along with Iron Apprentice because those are better with Thrillseeker because now that you have actual sack outlets. So if you're going to play this, then Hangerback gets a lot better too, which is kind of cool. So I could see something like this being good. I am going to cut these. Alright, we jam. We jamming. Yeah, I could post a link if I can find it. There it is. Green-red Scales. I know Claudio is working on something similar, but I think Claudio said he wasn't a big fan of it. Thrillseeker's awesome. I've been playing a lot with it in like the Rakdos shells. It's been super sick. I know Dykeman's been working on it a bunch. That card's sweet. It's a very, very gassy card. Yeah, not the biggest fan of Simian. It's like kind of slow, kind of clunky. It's like reasonably powerful. It's just very slow. It's the issue. It gives you a good mana sink too. Yeah, Invasion I'm not a huge fan of either. Speaking of which, Hey, I'm invading over here. Are they gonna Rending Volley my Conclave Mentor? You got it, bucko. You got it. No, they have Jegantha. Another Rending Volley, huh? Well, I guess I'll take this Binding. The other Rending Volley is kind of Troll Despair, but... Well, I mean, not really, because I can just trade... Or, excuse me, the Binding. I could trade the Binding for the Light Shield Array. It's actually not that bad. Pummeler Thrill Seeker line. That sounds kind of wild. Pummeler Thrill Seeker. Something. Well, I guess I'll just play 2 Mentors. Deck. 11, they cast this, they played that. This is currently exiled. Or no, it's not exiled, right? I exiled the Binding. So they still have Passage Sun Petal. Best deck Explorer I built recently is the Mono Black Devotion. Sounds pretty good, yeah. Black Devotion's nice. So if I Lair for 3, that's a lethal attack. I think that's better than picking up Jegantha. Could be wrong, but I think I like this. Versus Stonecoil when you need one. Yeah. So they're going to have to volley the Mentor and take 9. Yeah, that's fine. Gain 2. Well, I mean, they're at 2. Okay, cool. Just do that again, huh? Game 3. Man, this Invasion is really good. I almost want the 4th one. I don't know if I ever want to draw 2 copies of it, though. Could see the 4th over the 2nd Ozolith, but nah. I'll try it like this. Yeah, that card's good. Invasion of Gobakhan, very powerful. The backside is cracked. The fact that it gives hexproof and indestructible, and like you also get immediate value out of it the turn that you flip it, just putting a counter on something. This hand's nuts. Keep this. It's an interesting draw step. How do we play this? I guess the plan... That is a really interesting draw step. I'm thinking we go... I think it's still Pelt Collector into Brawler, and then turn 3 we can go like Invasion, Attack, Experiment 1. Well, the issue with Scales into a Collector Experiment 1 is I don't have a good turn 3 play, because then I can't go 2 plus a 1. So if I go 1 into double 1, then I can't double spell on 3. And I want to go spell, double spell, double spell. So I don't think I want to take that line. Or excuse me, like I guess I can't double spell on 2, but you know what I mean. Like I could, well, I guess like if I double spell on 2 or double spell on 3, what's the difference? And I guess taking the Scales into Experiment 1 Collector is a lot better if I draw another 1-drop, because then I can double spell on 3. Okay, I guess I'll buy that. Yeah, I'll buy that. I think that's fine. Yeah, we do have a lot of 1s. Even a Stonecoil Serpent's a fine draw. There's a 1. It's probably the worst one, but... Better to lead on Collector. Yeah, I guess we miss a point of damage this way. Like, if we're going to go 1-drop into double 1, then we do miss a point of damage by doing it that way. Chained. 2 removal spells would be kind of unfortunate, but... Not a lot I can do about that. I think I'm going to try and save this for a Bring to Light, so I'm just going to play Brawler Ozolith here. I guess I play the Ozolith first. Good feeling they have Binding, though. Yeah, the thing is, we can't flip the Invasion this turn anyways, so I think doing it this way is better. Right, yeah, exactly. Okay, now we can flip. Guess this is worse if they have Omnath, which they do. That's good, right? That's very good. Because now this is a 5/5. So we'll take the Bring to Light. Then we can go Stonecoil for 2. Make this a 5/5, and then attack the Invasion. They can chump block, but I think I'm okay with that. They might honestly jump block here. Wouldn't be surprised. But I'm down with that. If that kills the Omnath, I'm down with that. When it gets going, Brawler's really good. When you have spots like this, it gets pretty big pretty quickly. 6 mana Bring to Light. Well, it costs 7, right? This makes it cost 2 more. So it would cost 7. So they're still 3 turns away from that. 2 after they play the land, but... Yeah, I think them chumping kind of makes sense. But they're 2 turns away from this, so we have a little bit of time. We have to draw some gas, right? We do have to draw some gas. I think they're worried about their binding getting turned off. That's why they chump blocked. But, okay, that doesn't... Well, that lets the gas Bring to Light next turn. That's unfortunate. Okay. Well, this is going to put counters on the Ozolith, so... yeah, I guess we just go here. Now, here's the question. Do we flip the invasion here? I'm giving up a lot of damage. I can't afford to give up 9 damage, right? There's no way I can afford to give up 9 damage. Yeah, I can't. I have to attack them. We can make the Jegantha bigger next turn. Like, it feels kind of bad. But here's the issue, too. Even if I flip the invasion, they can still just get, Extinction Event. So, like, Extinction Event gets around the Hexproof Indestructible. So, like, if the backside of this was guaranteed to counter their Wrath, then it's a lot better. But, surely I wouldn't get baited by Hardened Scales again. There is simply just no way. I know, for some reason, I don't know why this is, but MTG Bot reset my record counter. This is the same league. We're 3-1 right now. But MTG Bot has reset the record counter, and I'm not really sure why. I just get Tybalt, right? Yeah, I am going to go to Dallas. Selfless Glyphweaver. I know. I was trying to debate them in case they were watching the stream, okay? We just make a big Jegantha. Is it better to make a big experiment one? And Jegantha's a better use of my mana. It's lethal either way. I was thinking that this can get regenerated, but regeneration doesn't matter that much when these are their removal spells, right? So, yeah. Just gonna do this. How thick is this Jegantha right now? Is this the biggest Jegantha you've ever seen? Sheesh. Sheesh. That's a big-ass Jegantha. Cycle. I mean, they're in the abyss. One of the Jeffs of all time. This elk has been eating a little bit too much food. Too much cake. Okay. Well, you chump block. Duck you. The shark is kind of awkward because it gives them a lot of chump blocks. Yeah. I guess there's not a lot of reason to hold this. I guess holding is better against the Extinction Event, but if they event odd, then they kill their shark anyways, so... I guess saving the experiment one is better against event, because then I can make a big experiment one. Found another Omnath. Just please don't draw a spell. Because even with a land drop, they still have the chump block. Yeah, I know. I only cut 1 layer. It's not like I cut more than 1, but... Do I have a license to drive the elk? Speaking of which... It does feel like a lot. I think 3 is enough. I'm blocking with the shark. I think chump blocking with Omnath is better, yeah. It's the second time this game they've chump blocked with Omnath. Omnath is clearly just an unplayable card. Wow, the lines, chat. The lines. The lines. The lines are too good for me. Yeah. Make a 1/1 jumper. Because they know that their volley's not doing anything, and they just want a chump blocker. Because if they don't cast it now, they won't be able to cast it. This is lethal, so they need chump blockers. If they draw a couple of bricks, we're doing okay. And this Ozolith is causing them a lot of problems. Makes sense, they're not going to chump with this. And... this is a disaster if they drew Binding, but I'm just going to hope they didn't draw Binding. We basically lose it all if they drew Binding, though. Fuck! God damn it. Ugh! Fuck, man. God, that's so bad. That is the worst possible outcome. Yeah, maybe I should have waited. That sucks. Alright. take 7. Probably not, no. It's a good point. I guess I probably wasn't beating the binding anyways. Well, they still have the chump block. Which means that... They also didn't do that last turn. Which means that if they brick, we still might be at an okay spot. They only have 8 power in play. Yeah, they forgore. They forgore. Just need them to brick. That is definitely not a brick. Definitively not a brick. Now we don't have any outs because we take 8 and then we go to 2 and then we can't remove this. Sag. Yeah, they drew a lot better than we did. Good game nonetheless, though. It was a good game. This thing doesn't have reach randomly, right? No. Alright, ditch. Look, you know, I'll take that as a W. We started off that league 3-0 with Hardened Scales, and never even thought that was remotely possible. So I'll call that a win in my book. Although I do feel bad for the believers. 4-1, no, Sag.